Itachi. So if Guy goes into like the gates immediately, and he's having to fight Itachi, like it's either he just straight up speed blitzes and kills him, or if you think Itachi's able to activate Genjutsu in time, you know, and all that and everything, then Guy could be in trouble. Then he can just go for the kill, whatever. But it's not completely unreasonable to have Itachi over Guy. I'm just saying, you know, with the gates, that could be a problem.
But doesn't Guy know not to look in the eyes?
Well, he wouldn't even have to look at him in the eyes either. He could just do like finger Genjutsu or enhance his Genjutsu with the Sharingan, things like that. And then if Guy's put in a Genjutsu, don't get me wrong, he's strong, but you know that's going to give Itachi plenty of time and an opening to do something. But that's like the only win con I'm really seeing for Itachi. Otherwise, Guy is just straight up stomping him. Jiraiya, Sage Mode. So this is interesting. I do
Itachi
think
helps him out against my guy, so it's unlike Kasame's sword that does give him somewhat unidirectional protection, and it could protect against Kirin. So unless you think my guy hits harder than Kirin.
Yeah, this one's interesting with Jiraiya and Itachi. Like, sick Itachi at least. Itachi can more than likely be able to pull it off. Like, fucking, in the like, obviously if he does Frog Song, then yeah, it's a GG, but fucking, like, if they just start fighting and he's in Sage mode, it does take time for them to build, you know, Frog Song with his Amaterasu, Susanoo, all that. You know,
he can also drop the 3 giant frogs, which will be able to fight him off. And if they whittle him down, then he can hit him with a massive thing, which should get the win.
Yeah, Amaterasu would take care of the frog. That's not an issue. But fucking, the problem with
maybe because they have weapons that they use to protect, especially the giant shield one.
Well, yeah, true. But even if he does with the weapon, then he has to disregard that, and he's still going to get hit by Amaterasu. Amaterasu is like instantaneously fast, and then you would have to prove like the frogs that have fucking Raikage or Minato level speed. I'm not saying that you can't prove that, but you know that's the next step. But
well, okay, so this is where it starts being a problem because Itachi can only use his MS abilities for so long. When he fought Sasuke, he can only use one Tsukiyomi and Amaterasu twice. And it's sure enough for only a brief moment of time. And then it started mess him up to the point where he was barely able to stand. So even if we sit here and say the frog can block Amaterasu once with the shield, then he has to take out all the other 3 frogs with the Amaterasu. Mm-hmm. And the Shishono is not going to be able to hold for it too much longer. Then Dry could just hit him with the giant Rasengan.
Yeah, well, the thing with Itachi though is Genjutsu's out of the equation because they could just get him out, so he's fine. What's it called? And then Amaterasu, like Dry is in Sage mode, so he should be able to sense it and perceive it.
What about Tsukuyomi?
Tsukiyomi, what's it called? If he does Tsukiyomi, that does need to establish eye contact, and you know, unless he hits the eyes, and yeah, Jiraiya's fucked. What's it called? And he will be killed. But like, Jiraiya's not an idiot. You know what I mean? He's, you know, like he knows about the Sharingan. He knows, you know what I mean? Like, why is he just gonna fucking stare at his eyes? You know, like put me in a Genjutsu. You know, like fucking like now, unless you think like Jiraiya is still looking at his eyes because he has faith that the frogs will get him out, then that could be a problem. Because if Jiraiya is not aware that Itachi has a Hax Genjutsu like Tsukiyomi, because the difference between Tsukiyomi and a regular Genjutsu, whether if it's enhanced by Sharingan or not, which I've already had this conversation with Loke, is it manipulates space and time itself. So meaning, if Jiraiya does think that he can only be hit by normal Genjutsu, okay, by Itachi, with the Sharingan or whatever, if he does think that it's just normal Genjutsu and has faith they'll get him out, that could actually be a win con and kill him, because he's going to look into his eyes, immediately be put in Tsukiyomi, and before they even know that Jiraiya was even in Tsukiyomi, all the damage will already be done and he falls on the ground and he's done. And they will have to leave. So that's the problem. So unless he does look in his eyes, then yeah, win con, GG. But if not, and he's, you know, instead, you know, like using his Sage Mode censoring abilities and, you know, precognition and everything, along with, you know, Ma and Pa kind of helping him out and just looking at his body, you know, doing whatever, like, then yeah, there you go. And he could be able to dodge Amaterasu because of sensory abilities. You know, basically it'll come to a point where, obviously, if Itachi tries to fight Jiraiya in Sage Mode, he's definitely going to be outclassed. Like, he's not beating, you know what I mean, a physical fight with fucking Seijun. It's just not happening. So Itachi's only thing is going to be Susanoo, which obviously we know he can only be in for so long. He's already sick. He's almost nearly blind, you know, so he's going to do Susanoo, whatever. And then it just comes to the point whether if you think he can land his Totsuka blade on Jiraiya. If he can, great, win. If he can't, then it's GG and Jiraiya just outlasts him and he dies. And that's simple, you know. So that's basically what you're dealing with. The main best argument you can have for sick Itachi being able to beat him is not really Susanoo or fucking you know, or Genjutsu and all that. It would just strictly be Tsukiyomi. That's it. That's if we're talking about sick though. If it's like if he's not sick and let's say like the beginning of the Akatsuki where he's knows his abilities, he knows about Susanoo, all that, he's absolutely shitting on Jiraiya. Like, you could just argue that he would just scale over him and fuck him up. Let me get...
Yeah, that's most of my reasonings as well.
So that's fine. 6 paths, that's fine. It's great. 6-gate guy, so this is interesting. So, like, see, obviously 6-gate guy is really fucking fast, powerful. But with their linked vision and with how much chakra Nagato has, blah, blah, it wouldn't be unreasonable to argue that they could be able to react and move fast enough and deal with Guy. And even with his speed, if he gets universal pulled, what the fuck does he do? You know what I mean? Like, Pain has many ways to deal with Guy in the 6-gate. So I think Pain would still be fine to deal with him. He could deal with all these other characters. That's not going to be a problem. He's fucking smacking them all up, except for him. But I know you put him higher. What's it called? But yeah, that's just basically that.
What the fuck? Mono said that Pain is beating Minato, and you said he's spitting facts.
Well, Pain, he could be able to beat Jonin Minato. With 4th Hokage Minato, it gets a little interesting. You know what I mean? Where they're basically going to fight. The problem with fucking Minato, like, yes, he has crazy speed. He can teleport and everything and whatnot. But the problem with Minato is he has to utilize the kunines and marks in order to teleport wherever he's teleporting, right? So, and with Pain having the linked vision and also Shinra Tensei, you know, and all that, and to pull things and all the other ones, like, it's going to get to a point where, yeah, Minato can teleport and everything, and he's going to be fast, and they're not really going to be able to do anything about that. But when Minato comes out of the teleport, he has to do something. He has to attack, do a Rasengan or a kunine or whatever. And while he's doing that split moment will be the opportunity where the other paths of Pain can be able to react or deal, whatever. And that's where it's going to get really hard for Minato to be effective. Now, if Minato is going into like Sage mode and shit, you know, then that's where you can have a fucking problem, you know, where he could start, you know, fucking up, you know, the Pains while teleporting and just giving them the hands. And then it gets to the point where it's like mainly just Tendo Pain versus, you know, Seijo Minato, or better yet to the point where maybe Minato just blitzes all of them and kills them. But if we're talking like joining Minato or just even 4th Hokage Minato, like, it can go either way, bro. But, like, you could make good arguments for Pain being over Minato. Like, Nagato has way, way more chakra than Minato. Fucking all the Rinnegan abilities, the linked vision, multiple people there. You know, like, it's just that simple, you know? And then not only that, if Pain is also playing it smart, kind of like how he did against Jiraiya, you know, where he just basically utilizing summoning Pain or whatever, and doing all that shit, like, it'd be interesting. You know, the fight would be very interesting. But I wouldn't say guaranteed, like, Pain just slaps Minato, you know? That's just me, though. Like, eventually I'm going to do a video of, like, Minato versus the entire Akatsuki. I'm going to do all my homework, look at all of them and everything, and do, like, each version of Minato and basically how it would go. But, yeah.
Well, basically the thing that Seth was talking about, right, with Kabuki and Afro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, like, yeah, like, that's fine and all and everything, but there's still certain characters that would be able to react and everything. Like, you have Itachi, you have Kasame, you have Obito, you have fucking, who's the other guy? Fuck. going on. She'd be able to perceive things and react. Things like that, you know. I'm just saying. Like, yeah, I remember, like, fucking Obito was able to move and kind of fight with Minato, and then didn't get clapped until he materialized and Minato did the teleport and timed it and made an opening, you know. So it's not like he's just straight up, like, instantly fucking, you know, just speed blitzing just with his movement and fucking, you know, like, it's very weird. And then not only that, when he throws all his kunais and when he's fighting against A, like, you know, they were able to perceive it and see it and everything. It wasn't like they were just completely lost. And then he's teleporting, you know, and even A's like, all right, trying to see where he's going to teleport next. Killer B's also, you know, paying attention. All the other ninja are watching. Like, and it gets to the point where Killer B is able to react. And if Killer B, as like a fucking young, you know what I mean, like teenage ninja at that point, can react to fucking Yellow Flash Minato, it's very weird to say Itachi or high level fucking, you know, Akatsuki members cannot react to where at least he shows up, you know? So
I still say that he predicted where he went, but you know, that's just me.
yeah, and that's fine too. What's it called? You know, there's nothing that's unreasonable. There's only so much you can go off from that fight to where, you know,
True,
like
yeah.
Killer B got his tentacle cut and then he placed a mark and then, you know, and he just predicted he was going to teleport behind and that's why he was ready with his blade to kill him at the same time if he did something, you know, whatever.
He was watching the fight like a movie,
Yeah.
so he probably had the time to think of and, you know, strategize and stuff like that.
So, you know, so there's that too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if they're able to incorporate, you can make arguments for the Akatsuki, how they can strategize or think or whatever, you know, because at the end of the day, what we know guaranteed, there's no way they're beating Flying Raijin. There's no way. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have that speed, you know? The only character that ever had that speed was like KCM1 Naruto, then KCM2 Naruto, and 6 past characters, and then you have fucking like, you know, Madara and Hashirama. Maybe you can make arguments for them if they're using body flicker. But, like, you know, it's just, come on. You know? Like, so Flying Raijin all day is definitely surpassing all of them in speed. But remember, even if he does Flying Raijin, he still has to reappear and then attack, you know? And that, and his body and combat speed, yes, needs to be similar to his teleportation. But the difference between his combat and reaction speed to his teleportation is the teleportation is manipulating space and time itself, while fucking his body is not. You know what I mean? It's just fast, you know? So, like, and there's even a statement with Raikage's henchman where he's like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, your nerve transmissions and reaction, you know, or for the Raikage is on par with the Yellow Flash, blah, blah, clearly indicating that, like, you know, your nerves and your reaction and all that need to be on the level of your teleportation speed, otherwise it's irrelevant. You know what I mean? So, like, he's fast and everything, but, you know, it's not like his body is also, you know, manipulating space and time and doing, like, some type of hacks and shit, you know? And it's clearly shown that Killer Bee and the Raikage were at least able to, you know, to deal or react to some sort of degree. You know what I mean? Obviously, if it was a one-on-one, Raikage would have been killed there, but since it was at least him and B, that's why he wasn't killed, you know? And if B's able to do that shit, it's very weird to say that the Akatsuki can't incorporate similar strategies or methods to watch each other and you name it, you know? And then have Pain with the linked vision, you know, and then multiple and how much chakra and everything he has and how powerful he is. Like, you know what I mean? You could definitely make arguments that Pain could beat Minato. But it's not, once again, it's not unreasonable to make arguments that Minato could beat Pain, you know? There's that as well, so. Seijimo Naruto, Pain should be over him. He was beating him the whole time.
I just noticed something. Fucking hell.
Itachi would body Seijimo Naruto.
Oh, fucking hell.
Even sick Itachi, just place him in Genjutsu and fucking kill him. Mei, yeah, she loses. Eighth
Alright,
Gate.
I'm gonna wait till we get there.
Sixth Gate. Okay, Sixth Gate guy.
Wait, you think Itachi bodies Seijimo Naruto?
Mainly due to Genjutsu, yeah. Or even,
Well, no,
or even
because he's
Tsukiyomi.
got the same condition. He's got the same conditions as Jiraiya, but he's more powerful.
True, but you gotta remember, like, Seijimo Naruto, he's powerful, but all Itachi has to do is fucking point a finger at him and he's in Genjutsu. You know, like, Oh, you're giving him Ma and Pa as well, like on his shoulders?
Yeah, that's it. Naruto should be able to get everything that Jiraiya's got because that's what he had in the fight was all that.
If that's the case, then sure. But I thought you were just meaning Sage Naruto, and that's fine. Then yeah, he should be able to fight him and deal with him, and Genjutsu shouldn't be able to be a problem. 5 Kage, Summit Sasuke, in Sage Mode. This is interesting. Because, like, if you're giving him all the summonings, and on top of that with Ma and Paul, Genjutsu is obviously not an option. He will have a Mataratsu, Susanoo, and everything. Like, the only way this Naruto's beating him is if, basically, if he's willing to kill Sasuke. Meaning, like, he's doing a bunch of shadow clones and spamming massive fucking Raisengans, you know, or throwing all his Rise and Shurikens, you know.
Audio, can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Sorry, I got a phone call, so it cut my audio. Sorry about that.
You're fine. But that's fine. I do think Sasuke would probably be able to beat him because all he has to really do is outlast his Sage Mode timer as well.
Well, I am, because that is that particular Naruto, so I am giving him everything he had for that fight. So the two clones that can regenerate Sage Mode.
Yeah, Sasuke's and Mataratsu would be able to deal with the summonings. Fucking his Susanoo and everything could also be able to help and fight them. Even though you could argue that Genbut's sword could break through his Susanoo. But anyways, fucking, what's it called? Yeah, this Sasuke will more likely win against them. That's fine. Unless they do Frog Song, then he dies. Then he's done. Like, that's the only win con I can really give this Naruto is if Frog Song. Other than that, okay, he loses. Hey, baby! What you doing?
Say, hey, Daddy. I figured
you woke up? Yeah. You have a good sleep?
Oh, yeah, you did. You was asleep for a while. 2 hours, I think.
I love you.
Figured you'd want to say hi, and I know he would want to say hi.
Hey, baby. Yeah.
Give kisses. Give Daddy a kiss.
I love you.
What's next on the list?
I love you. Wait. Alright, I'm back. So let me see. Sage, Warg, Naruto. Definitely slapping this Sasuke. Yeah. One thing I will say though, like, it's interesting because one problem this Naruto's still gonna have, because remember, unless you give him Mom and Paul, he doesn't have any help. You know what I mean? Like, Genjutsu can still be a fucking problem. Now, unless you just, like, want to argue that his stats overall are just way over this Sasuke, to where he just straight up speed blitzes and fucks his ass up, then sure, great. But if not, you know what I mean? You're not going that route, and you're kind of equating this Sage Naruto to...
That Sage Naruto can create a lot more shadow clones than the one that was in the other one. And I think that does compensate for the loss of Mom Paul, since he'd be able to help avoid Genjutsu and Mataratsu is kind of a no issue because of the clones. Yeah, and then if he can help throw the Rasen and Shuriken and create more of them. So,
technically, this Naruto had better shadow clone showings, and what I mean by that is,
well, that one can only create 2.
Well, no, he actually did a shit ton when he was fighting against the Ninetales. What's it called? Well, this one could only did that when he got chakra from the Ninetales. So I'm not saying he couldn't do it either, because obviously he did it before. But I'm just saying they're both basically the same when it comes to shadow clones, in my opinion, because he's...
No, so the one that's lower is specifically only the paint one, it seems to be. And that one...
Oh, so this one would be the one that fights the Ninetales and the War?
Yeah.
Okay. Then... That's fine too, but yeah. So sure, if we're going off like how many he did, yeah, but it'd be very like dishonest to say he couldn't do that in many shadow clones either. While he did it against the Ninetales though, and that was before the war. You know, I'm just saying, but like it's fine though. Well, either way, I have no problem with this because this is Warwick, Sage Naruto, or Warwick Naruto, and that's obviously, you know, narratively getting stronger or whatever. That's fine. I'm just saying with Sasuke though, Genjutsu, that could be an issue, and that could give him the opening to get the W, and then, you know, there you go. But if you just think straight up he just scales way over this Sasuke, then he just bodies. That's simple. This guy. I don't remember too much about him. I know he has like a weird summoning that does Genjutsu. Which I'm being honest would be a problem for him. And also for him, he could be able to get out of it. He should be able to even like yeah, with his Sharingan know that it's Genjutsu and everything. So he'd be fine. And if anything, he could probably even be able to see it where it fucking is. What do you think on that, Loki? Do you think this Sasuke could actually be able to do something?
Which Sasuke?
5 Kage to him. Like ready to go full power, just fighting him.
The second Mizukage,
Because, like, we know his whole gig is Genjutsu and the clam, the summoning clam that's invisible, but his Sharingan should be able to see the clam, and it would also be able to know it's Genjutsu so he can get out of it. So, it's interesting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he also has that clone. That oil clone.
Yeah.
That he uses.
What does that do? I don't remember.
Blows
It's
up.
been so long since I've seen that guy fight.
It blows up.
It blows up. Do you think Sasuke could be able to tank that with Susanoo? I don't see why not.
Yeah, probably. But that clone isn't fucking weak.
Oh,
like
okay.
It just doesn't just blow up once. It just goes on and on and on.
Damn.
Because you know that I don't remember exactly how they explained it, but it was with something with water and oil, and the water just heats up the oil, and it creates temperature. And
I think this Sasuke could be able to beat him if he's alive, but like since he is an Edo, that is important, and we've never seen any sealing with him, so it'd be really weird to say you could seal him as well. So I'd say that's why he'd more likely win. He could be able to outlast this Sasuke, you know. But that's just my take on that. Mu, he has particle style and shit. Which obviously particle style would be able to break through his Susanoo. So like if he does his particle style and does that shit and Sasuke thinks he's tanking that, he's dead. You know? I do think this Sage Naruto would be able to beat Mu though. But then again, he can fly, Naruto can't. That's a problem. So like Naruto would have to like either do his summonings or fucking use his shadow clones to get in the air, but it'd be hard. It'd be a hard fight for Naruto, Muin versus him. Like I think Naruto could be able to win, but you know if Mu's able to land particle style, then Naruto's dead. You know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's an interesting fight. If I'm being honest with you, I do. Interesting. I don't know. What I do know at the very least is KCM 1 Naruto was able to beat this Mu easily. And what we do know is Sage Mode, Sensory Imperial Ignition, all that reaction and everything is way better than KCM 1 Naruto. It's even stated. So obviously him reacting to him and all that is not going to be a problem, yada yada. It's just, you know, it's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, obviously this Naruto would be faster than him, but he would still be able to react and dodge. You know what I mean? That's the difference that you're looking at. But I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who's winning it, him or Mu?
Personally, I mean, obviously, I think Mu would be able to get more wins over that Sage Naruto.
Yeah.
Than not. I mean, obviously, but I don't think it's impossible for Sage Naruto to win that fight.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Particle style is a beast.
It is. Yeah, it is. So, but yeah, we'll let that be. That's fine. Inoki. Inoki's strong, because he's old as fuck, but he's still strong, which is crazy. And he was actually doing pretty well against Mu, which was very surprising. So it'd be kind of similar, the whole same thing with him and Naruto. So I don't know. I think this Naruto straight up washes this chick up, if I'm being honest with you. Like, don't get me wrong, she's crazy powerful and everything, but like full max power of Sage Naruto, if he does all his shadow clones, what the fuck does she do against Rising Shurikens and Massive Rising Gons to the face? Like, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, do you think her 100 healings is taking all that? Like, I don't know. That's just me.
Oh, but I do think she beats Inoki and Mew, and I think she could probably get in close to 5 Kage Summit Sasuke in order to take him out. And I don't think Sage Naruto could beat the other guys, so...
I don't know, bro. I think Sage Naruto claps her. I think these two would also beat her as well, because Particle Style should be able to just negate her 100 healings.
Well, she's still got that giant Tetsuya, which she can summon, and that thing is also not really a joke either.
True,
and
yeah,
I do think
that slug isn't, yeah, that slug is pretty crazy.
Because realistically, all she would need to do is hit, well, I mean, I guess minus the Edo for Mew, which kind of...
But yeah, but Naruto could just summon Gambunto, though, to deal with the slug, so they'd be kind of fighting. So it still would resort to these two, but I don't know, like, I just don't see her tanking a Rising Shuriken or a fucking...
Or none.
Massive Rasengan's by fucking thousands of clones. I just don't see that, bro. Like
Naruto's just really bad matchup for her, just because of the shadow clones. To be honest,
yeah, like
if she can get it close, that's kind of it. But
yeah, like that. And then with these two, with them flying, how the fuck does she hit them?
Big rock.
Like, I don't know, bro. Like with them flying, that gives them a massive advantage, and all they gotta do is just spam particle style and. Well, she can't really do anything, and if she's not able to dodge that, she's fucked. So I think they should, more likely have more of a win con against her and maybe be over her, but that's just me. Fourth, So this is interesting because we know he was obviously able to contend against KCM1 Naruto, and then eventually KCM1 Naruto outsped him doing a similar yellow flash feat, which is interesting because... We know his sensory reaction, all that, and precog is way better than KCM1. So he would be able to react and dodge the Raikage, but he's not faster than the Raikage. You know what I mean? So it's just basically to the point where Raikage keeps trying to kill him. He's dodging whatever, doing Rising On and whatnot, and then fucking like then it's just to the point where it just comes to where he runs out of Sage mode and then he just kills him. That's how I think that goes. That's just me, though. Unless this Naruto has, like, some other shadow clone storing up nature energy and he's able to immediately do it again. I don't know what your thought process is on that, Ken.
Well, I know the war Naruto can have a Sage mode without the clones.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, are you counting this Naruto to have, like, clones on standby to immediately do it again? Or you think he just immediately goes into Sage mode?
No, that Naruto can just activate Sage mode by himself. He does it with the 9... Because I know the 9-tail forms helps him get to it, but he was able to go in between before he got...
But see, correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm pretty sure you remember this too, Loki. He had to sit down to do it in the war arc, twice. On Kurama and during the fight against the third Raikage, right? He had to sit down and get it. And he had other people, like, protect him, yeah. So
okay, if that's true, then fair enough.
Yes, and then
wait. Against the third Raikage,
yeah,
I think I don't know if he had to sit down there, but I know
he did. And when Madara showed up, I know he had to.
I know he had to win Madara.
Yeah, okay, so you're talking about when the third Raikage, you don't know.
Yeah, about the third Raikage, I don't.
Bring that fucking fight up. Someone pull it up. I'm curious.
No, dude.
Someone bring that damn fight up. Alright. And
I'm gonna look at it, right?
Alright. Because I don't remember. Like, fucking, because if he did just immediately do that shit, then I guess it's not unreasonable to argue it. It's just weird because, like, then he fucking sits down to do it against Madara. Then he also sits down to do it to, like, measure how powerful the Ten Tails was, Like he needed, like don't get me wrong, he immediately goes into it, but he like had to have like one brief moment to do it. And then with A's like teleportation speed, I don't think he's gonna have that moment, you know.
Oh, okay.
Now, if it's like any other character, then yeah, you could easily argue he can do shadow clones or whatever to give him that one brief moment to get back into it, and then he's fine, you know. So, but like Hashirama and Minato and KCM Naruto, KCM2 Naruto are the only ones to immediately activate that shit. So, just saying. But I think Loki's trying to pull it up right now and check.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it. Yeah. So right now he doesn't have it.
Okay.
He went.
It might just be a time skip, Loki. If I'm being honest with you.
Maybe.
That's probably why we didn't, recall it. Which, if it's a time skip, then you could just easily be like, oh yeah, well, you still had to do a brief moment, meaning,
Okay, he's talking to B.
Are you on Crunchyroll or YouTube?
Crunchyroll.
Okay, yeah, it's even better. There's no time skips or anything. I'm so mad because I gotta fucking...
Okay, so he is not sitting down, but he has to charge it.
Okay. So he still needs to charge it, though.
He's standing still with his eyes closed, getting ready. Then he gets the Sage Mode, and then the fight goes on.
Okay, so he would still need a brief moment. It's not like he's instantaneously activating it. Like how...
Minato. Not like Minato.
Yeah, because Minato, Hashirama, and KCM2 Naruto, like, instantly. So... alright, so with that being said, that's my only argument against that, Ken, which, that's it. That's just me being, being a little bitch about it, but, so, like, fucking, with that one brief moment that he does need, I don't think Raikage is giving him that moment. Especially if he had to deal with Sage Naruto before, and he's like, oh, fuck, he's able to react, dodge, fight me back and shit, Now, it does come to the question, do you guys think that Sage Naruto has enough AP to break through A's lightning armor? Because he was able to break through the third, with the Rising Shuriken. Like, what do you think on that? Do you think he could be able to hurt A? To where maybe he actually might be able to beat him before the timer's out? Or no?
I think he would be able to. I think the problem's going to be tagging him.
Okay. Because if he can hurt 4th Raikage A, then that's a GG, especially if he lands the Rising Shuriken. So, I don't know, like, Sage Naruto might be able to pull it off, if I'm being honest with you. Maybe.
I think he wouldn't be able to? Like Sasuke was able to damage with the same chakra nature. I know it's a Chidori that pierces.
Yeah.
But still.
It's still impressive, yeah.
And we are talking about 4 Arc Sage?
Yeah, War Arc Sage Mode. Yeah.
Okay, so there's no way.
Right? Like, I don't know, bro. I think I'm pretty. Yeah, if he does a massive Rising On or Rising Shuriken, I think he's fucking up A, bro.
Especially the Rising Shuriken, because it's wind style and we know how it works. And the only reason the third Raikage was able, withstand it was because he had incredible body.
Yeah. So like it gets to a point where like if Naruto throws it, then obviously 4th Raikage would just teleport and dodge it. But so he'll have to get in close. You know what I mean? So he'll run at the 4th Raikage. The 4th Raikage do full speed. He'll teleport whatever. Naruto will sense him, react, and then just slam that shit, And if that happens, I don't know, bro. So, I don't know. What I'll say, to be generous, 4th Raikage more than likely beats Sage Naruto, but if you really look at it and analyze it, you could argue for Sage Naruto pulling that off. I'm just saying. Especially if he's also, summoning thousands of shadow clones and fucking, and all that, like... That's gonna be tough for Raikage, but anyways, Orochimaru War Arc. He has the fucking tongue.
At that point, most of his body is made of Hachirama cells.
True. It's interesting because it's like how far do you scale him? It's like how far do you really scale this Orochimaru? Like how because it's obviously you can't really quantify, but It's like, how much stronger do you think he got, when he got his arms back and fucking now fully covered Hashirama cells? So it's really interesting, but if I'm putting him against Seijima Naruto, I'm sorry, Seijima Naruto is still fucking clapping this bitch, but with his regen, all that shit and everything, that's going to be a problem to where basically it gets to a point where, actually, I don't know, because would the Rising Shuriken basically like negate his regen abilities? Because it does like attack on the cellular level and all that and everything. Would that just fuck him up?
You think Hashirama could take the one-star Rising Shuriken?
Well, like, to heal from that attack. Like, how do you heal from something if it just vaporizes you? Or attacks all your cells and everything, like...
Well, Kaka's...
Well, to be fair, Kakasu's body was still there, yeah. but then again...
Orochimaru should be more durable than that Kakazu, and he has Hashirama cells, which should regen and his own regeneration. I think he can take it. I don't think he can take too many, but I think he can take a few.
Like... It's interesting, I don't know. Because, and obviously it's Sage mode, Rising Shuriken too, because the one that hit Kakazu, it's a 50%, which is a basic one. What do you think on that, Loki? Do you think Naruto has enough attack potency to kill this Orochimaru, or would Orochimaru's regen and hacks just heal and save the day?
Like, I think if he hit him, he would definitely need to heal. Mm-hmm. And if it could, like, I don't know if it would bypass that hacks, but if it would, then he would be fucked. But if it wouldn't,
if it doesn't, then he's still fine. And they just keep going back and forth. And I'm being honest with you, like, with that Hashirama cells and everything, that's a big deal. And I do feel like at that point Orochimaru would be able to outlast him. Like, even if Naruto has enough time to use his shadow clones, diversions, all that, like, it's just going to be to a point of whoever outlasts who, And then fucking, what's it called? I think Orochimaru is taking that if it comes out. Don't be wrong, Naruto has crazy stamina and chakra, but he doesn't have Hashirama cells, Or Zetsu cells. No. And while he does, which does, amp you and give you healing regen and all that crazy shit, so... And your stamina boost, so I don't know, yeah. And then if he goes into like his 8-headed serpent thing, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this Naruto can't combat that and fight it, but it's like, once again, like stamina and all that, it's still going to be the main win con for Orochimaru. So, like, and then this Orochimaru can technically still have access to Edo, So I don't know, like I feel like Orochimaru could more likely be able to pull it off, if I'm being honest, but. That's just me.
Actually, I wasn't here before. So what do you think about Kakazu being down there?
Where?
Oh, his
him?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah, you weren't here. Sasuke beats him. I do think the third Raikage and also these two would beat Kakazu as well. They would just fucking crush his whole fucking body and he's dead. Han would obviously body him, like all the tail beasts would body Kakazu. This would be interesting, these two. Because obviously his lightning style is going to be a problem for Kakazu. So Kakazu is going to have to strategize and, be careful engaging in close combat when he's doing Chidori or even doing Chidori around his whole body. That's a problem as well. But so if he'll have to like use his puppets and, strategize with them and everything, but like, I think Kakazu can more than likely be able to take it either due to the element of surprise or maybe like his transformation, like with the tentacles being more faster when he transforms, that might be able to catch him off guard. But then again, even if that does happen, a lot of people like forget that all Kakashi really had to do at that moment is use Raikiri and cut the fucking tentacles off. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was dead, but he was worried because Ino and Choji were also caught. You know what I mean? And it was basically the timing of it. You know what I mean? Even if he did get loose, does he have enough time to save them? So, it's interesting. Like, they would be fighting and duking it out, but if I had to pick one, like, if he's able to time a Genjutsu and all that, I don't know. Sasuke might be able to take it. I mean, it could go either way, but, like, that's just me. But if we're talking about CM2, no. He's getting his ass whooped by CM2 Sasuke. And also I would even argue he gets his ass whooped by this Sasuke, you know?
And what about the Asura path?
Oh, Asura Path is bodying his ass. Bullying him. Not even a competition.
Like he definitely does not want to go.
And then this Orochimaru...
Taijutsu.
Yeah, this Orochimaru would also be able to beat Kakuzu because he has Edo Tensei. He literally does it against Sasori and Deidara. He fought both of them at the same time while in this state before this Orochimaru. So, like, he could be able to fight Kakuzu, fight back, whatever. That's not going to be a problem. He's very similar to Kakuzu, regen, you name it. So he could be able to pull a W against him. Obviously, he slaps. Even Jonin Minato would fuck his ass up. Fucking War Arc Naruto. Don't get me wrong, I love him, but I think that's still going to be hard. Like, unless you want to go the whole narrative scaling route, you know what I mean? Maybe he beats Kakuzu just with like a massive Rasengan or whatever. But fucking Kakuzu's more than likely beating this Naruto because he's just base, you know? That's it. So meaning just Shadow Clones and Rasengan, or maybe a massive Rasengan if you think you can do that without Sage Mode.
Yeah, but Sage Mode claps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If he can't even handle a fucking base Naruto, an incomplete Rising Shuriken in his strongest fucking form, what the fuck does he do against Sage Mode Naruto? You know? But yeah, he loses basically to all those people. Kakuzu even loses to him. Four Tails Naruto. He loses to this guy as well. Fucking Dari fucking slaps him. Deadass. His lightning style is even worse than fucking Kakachi's. Like, this man just... Yeah, like he has black lightning. Like, which I believe is stronger than Kakashi's Raikiri. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe, but it is a crazy powerful lightning style. And his whole gig is lightning. That's his weakness. He's fucked. And he was also able to speed blitz Kin and Gin like twice in their fight.
Okay, so where did we left off?
Wait, hang on. I'm not done with this bitch. Fucking the summonings beat him too. Fucking he beats Kakuzu. Kakuzu can more than likely beat these three. That's fine. Could they be able to beat him? Maybe, sure, whatever. But if you want to be generous for Kakuzu,
I also had an interesting scenario in my head. Like, if we don't even count the Diva path or the Animal path, imagine the Asura path grabbing Kakuzu, just holding him in place, and the Traitor path comes there and just sucks everything out of him.
Yep.
Like, every single bit of his chakra.
Exactly. Like, not even, like, if this path right here does the chameleon, turns invisible, the tongue of the chameleon was strong enough to restrain a KCM1 Naruto.
Yeah.
Like, insane. Like, so if he does that same thing on Kakuzu, he's immobilized, can't move, and then all Pain has to do is just stab him with a fucking rod and kill his ass, you know?
Not only KCM1 Naruto, but also Takata, the Six Tails.
Yeah. Hiruzen would beat Kakuzu as well. He'd body his bitch ass. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Kakuzu's losing to Hiruzen.
Old Hiruzen?
Like, if we're talking about part one, then no, Kakuzu wins. But if we're talking about Edo Hiruzen...
But this is not Edo.
Yeah, he bodies him. And then if it's Prime Hiruzen, I'd say Prime even beats him as well. Like, it's going to be a good fight, don't get me wrong, but he's smart. He's very fucking smart. You know what I mean? Like, so he's going to be able to realize that, you know, he has some weird-ass abilities, you know what I mean, that he's going to see the puppets and realize their hearts and shit, and then he's going to have to kill them multiple times. And come on, bro. Like, his pole is insanely fucking strong. Like, just imagine him swinging his pole and then just slapping his bitch ass like a baseball bat to a ball and just getting a home run on Kakuzu. Dead ass. Like, that pole is fucking strong, dude. Able to fucking push the full power Nine Tails. You're not telling me that if he gets hit, he's not getting fucked up by that.
Yeah, but Kakuzu is Nine Tails.
Yeah,
actually,
you're right. You're right. Multiversal. Yep.
Yeah.
Not multi-continental. Now he's multiversal.
Oh, yeah. Multiple universe.
I can't wait for that ass video to come out. Oh, I'm gonna debunk the fuck out of it.
Wait. But you know what I said about the pains? Imagine like if you reversed it, the Predapev holds him, and the Asurapev just comes and fucking bodies with Taijutsu.
Yeah.
Like fucking
Just rips his
goes
head off.
on him. Yeah, like he ripped Jiraiya's arm off in Sage Mode.
Yep.
Like
He's crazy powerful, dude. So, fucking
physically, definitely.
other than that, like we already had a video of like what basically everyone Kagase wins or loses to. So I'm not gonna go like every single thing, but Kagase takes a lot of L's, bro. It's
Yeah,
that
we don't
simple.
need to, yeah. Yeah, we just
Anyways,
I can go back now.
so I'm not trying to shit in your list, Ken, or anything. I'm just saying, bro. Like Kagase's.
Yeah, we're just reacting to it. We're just reacting.
So A, the Raikage, I do believe he would fucking actually beat Seito Naruto, because if Naruto wasn't able to get the help, like that intel to figure out how he got that scar, he would have lost. So he would beat all these people. His finger fucking shit is insanely powerful. Orochimaru is getting blitzed over and over and over and just getting cut up. So yeah, he can be able to heal whatever, but only for so long. And this motherfucker fought for like what, 10 days straight?
No, 3.
3 days straight, you know what I mean, against 1,000 fucking Konoha shinobi, like
10,000.
yeah, and that's without Zetsu cells. Like, so his stamina is pretty fucking good. So I'd say he'd be just
You know how he
fine.
died, right? You know how he died. He didn't die because they injured him.
No.
Or,
Just
he died
exhaustion.
Because no chakra. Yeah,
Yeah.
no chakra.
Yeah, just exhaustion. So yeah, he's insane. He's a monster. So like the only way Orochimaru is even winning is if he summons like some crazy Edo ninja that could maybe be able to beat him. Which the only ones I could say maybe that could be able to pull it off is like Itachi, you know, or fucking Nagato, or fucking, you know what I mean, people that are obviously crazy, or Hashirama, you know what I mean, or Tobirama. But then again, he's gonna have to revive them at these levels, because if he does it too close to their power, you know what I mean, at least this Orochimaru, no. This one he can restrain Tobirama, but not Hashirama. So he would have to summon Tobirama close to his original power. And I would say Tobirama wouldn't, like, I don't think Tobirama would be able to damage his cloak, but Tobirama also has pretty good chakra and stamina reserves. And if he's able to do like flying Raijin and maybe like teleport him, you know, away or whatever, do something, you know, or better yet, that explosion thing that he did at Jubito, I would say that could be able to fuck him up, you know. But Orochimaru would have to utilize some Edo summoning in order to give him any chance of beating the third Raikage. It's just that fucking simple. Then you have B. It's respectable, but it's either a stalemate, because remember, whenever he fought just the Eight Tails, it was always a stalemate, you know? Always.
Yeah.
Or he just beat it, you know, like literally boxed it up and then put it and sealed it with the fucking six-path tool, okay? So, like, if they were to fight, it's basically going to go the same route, you know what I mean? But you could argue more likely B would win, because remember, they're two separate parts, you know? They are connected, but they're separate. So let's say B just goes full transformation, which he will have to, okay? Fucking, they're going to fight, whatever, you know what I mean? But the only problem, you know what, like a lot of people forget this. When you're a perfect Jinchuriki, you know you feel everything that he feels, right?
Yeah.
They both feel what they feel. So meaning, if he's getting fucked up by his pierce thing, B's also feeling that pain and getting hurt. And yeah, the Eight Tails can be able to handle that, but B's not going to be able to handle that type of damage, you know? Like, so, I don't know, like, it's weird. It's like, does B die because he can feel the same pain as well? Or is B okay, you know? I don't know. But either way, fucking...
I don't know, he would die because, you know, the tail beast wouldn't let him.
Mm-hmm.
He would try to do something.
Yeah, he would just heal him or whatever.
Yeah.
But it would just get to a point where I feel like they'd fight, then the Eight Tails like, alright, well, I gotta go away, kind of similar to when Naruto fought Sasuke. Like, here you go, here's my chakra. And then now it's B fighting against him while he's exhausted, fatigued, and then he wins. I think that's how B would win.
I feel like Gyuki would help him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like he always does, but
Yeah.
I don't know how that would go.
Okay, so he did different versions of B. I thought it was all of them. So if it's just base B, then he's losing. I'm sorry, Ken. Ken, where you at? I got fucking business with you. Bro, yeah, he did the fucking mouse. He's like, come at me. Ken, you think Base B is clapping Third Raikage? Ken, I know you fucking hear me.
I'm sorry, what?
You think Base B is clapping Third Raikage?
I think Base B, after his most powerful, when he was in the war, could probably beat him.
Oh no, bro. What you think about that, Loki?
Dude, Base B? I don't know, man.
Ken, like, I'm not even trying to be a dick, but I don't know about that.
And not Base B, but he can use scope to see too.
Okay. Well, I don't know. If it's Base B, no. If it's V1B, he still fucking claps.
No.
If it's V2B, yeah, sure, they'll be going back and forth, but he's still going to clap him. B's going to have to go to full transformation to fight this guy. He's going to have to. There's no way.
Yeah, like the guy casually fucking fought.
The full transformation over and over and stalemated him. Or if he didn't stalemate, he just overpowered and then sealed him. Every fucking time. Like, this man, like, obviously I can't for sure say he tanked a full tail beast bomb to the face. You know what I mean? He probably would just be able to tank the explosion, not directly. You know, it doesn't show him getting hit directly or anything like that. But what we do know is he fought against the fucking Eight Tails full transformation. And the fact that he never got injured from it, only injured from himself, goes to show that clearly he had enough durability to take hits from the Eight Tails. Eight Tails, remind you. Okay, or maybe even endure the explosion as well, which wouldn't be unreasonable because if you actually watch that little fight they had, Eight Tails gets so mad and he's about to shoot a fucking big ass tail beast bomb at him, and then it skips, does a time skip, and goes back to where they're both exhausted, and then and then that's it, and it goes from there or whatever. So like, I don't know, bro.
Use that. We can't use that way.
What's that?
We cannot use the time skip shit that would do those way.
Oh no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, the fact that he was launching the tail beast bomb, you know what I mean? Like, if he shot it at the ground, it's gonna be an explosion, meaning that he would have to tank it, otherwise he would have been dead, So it's either the bomb just flew across and he was able to dodge it because teleportation speed, which isn't unreasonable, or his piercing thing was able to pierce through that, okay, which I don't think that would happen. So I think he either just dodged it or he was able to just, tank the explosion. It's one of the two. That's my claim. I don't think that's unreasonable, but
Okay, defensive B, because A is able to stalemate with the Eight Tails, while B was able to completely tame it.
Yeah. No, I know that. I'm just saying, like, Third Raikage is no joke, bro. That man's crazy. Like, I don't know. I think it would take full transformation in order for B to even be able to beat him. Because basically, like, what would happen, because I don't think you heard this, Ken, what I was telling Loki is, like, they would fight, they would go at it back and forth, and then once Third Raikage is fully exhausted, then, it'd kind of be similar to what happened with Naruto and Sasuke, where the Eight Tails like, all right, here, take the rest of my chakra, I gotta go, and then Killer Bee's good, and then he just kills him, So, that's how I think that would go. Or, if you want to be more petty and argue that technically, whatever B feels or whatever the Eight Tails feels, they both feel the same pain. I mean, you could argue that could also kill B or affect him. But then again, I'm pretty sure, like what Loki said, the Eight Tails would just heal him or make sure he doesn't die and he'd be fine, whatever. But I don't know. Just kind of thinking more heavy into it. But anyways, Six Tails Naruto versus Third. I still think Third is beating his ass. Like, out of all characters to believe that could be able to beat this Naruto, would definitely be the Third Raikage. I don't think I'm capping on that.
No.
So, okay, we know for a fact that Eight Tails full transformation is stronger than Six Tails V2.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Come on. So.
And we also know he tanked the Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah. So. So yeah, I'll say that. So he's beating that as well. Now, one thing I will say, Six Tails Naruto, V2B. So if it's these people fighting against Fourth, I think he would be fine. He either dies by V2B or Six Tails Naruto, or he would be able to fight and contend with them. But then it would get to the point where, either he wins or they win. I don't know. How do you feel about Fourth Raikage? Do you think he could beat these two? Or no? I don't know.
Well,
I know Fourth Raikage would beat these two at least.
yeah, probably. No. A 6,000 Naruto though?
Yeah, I know, bro. I don't know.
Like, he isn't weak by any means.
No, he's not. He's very powerful. Like, fucking... I don't know. So it's fine. I guess that's, to say... What,
Well, at least we know that Naruto or B don't have the hacks that Sasuke had, Amaterasu and Susanoo, so they don't have that. So,
this Sasuke,
they hit him.
This Sasuke should be able to beat all these people, by the way. Mataratsu. Like, he just gets burned. That's it. GG.
Yeah, but what do you think would happen if the fourth Raikage got a punch on? Like, if he actually
land a punch on these two, they either tank it or they don't. It's one or the other. And if I'm being honest, like, I've never, and I mean ever, seen a V2 get hit so hard by anyone in Naruto to where they were down for the count. Ever. So, I don't know, bro. Like, the only reason why he was able to be so effective and fuck up, especially the full transformation 8 tails, because his finger thing. You know what I mean? It's similar to Raikuri and his durability, exactly. Him, if I'm being honest with you, he doesn't really have durability feats. Like, the only thing you can at least assume and argue is that since he has a lightning cloak similar to the third, that, yeah, maybe his durability is also really good as well, or even better. But, like, when it comes to his attack potency compared to him, his is way greater because it's an actual finger thing. While him, he's just punching,
Yeah, but also he got pierced by Chidori.
Oh, yeah. That is true. So I don't know, bro.
It is lightning blow.
Yeah. So...
V2, motherfucker.
Yeah.
V2.
Well, no, that was V1. That was V1, to be generous.
V1?
Yeah, it was V1. Yeah. The only reason why I remember is because they were both charging at each other. Like, it was just Sasuke with Sharingan. Yeah, this is V1. But then the moment Fourth Raikage went up...
It doesn't matter, actually. Because it's still Chidori. It's the same fucking element.
But then you have people that, fucking argue and be like, oh, well, since it wasn't V2, that's not his full durability, so he probably could tank that Chidori.
Maybe he could.
Maybe he could. Yeah, it's nothing definitive, but maybe, yeah.
Think that he could, he would have.
Yeah. So, like...
No, but that was me, too.
So, I don't know, like, it's interesting, but, like, if I'm being honest with you, fucking... Like
the
I don't
third
know.
Raikage has insane durability feats compared to the fourth. Just fucking boxing with Gyuki, no scratch. Then fighting 10,000 shinobi for 3 days, no scratch. Like,
Yep.
fuck off.
He's just crazy.
I
dude.
know that Sasuke, 5 Kage Summit Sasuke definitely isn't on the level of fucking Father Shinobi with the Chidori, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Another thing too, like, this Sasuke would actually beat him. Reason why is because if that fight continued, he would have died.
Yeah, he would have died.
You can argue that Sasuke also would have died, but, like, he still had Susanoo up and everything, so I don't know, bro. I'm pretty sure he would have been able to tank it and been just fine, but he would have died.
Yeah,
so,
he would have burned alive.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
If Gaara didn't stop it.
Yeah. And then if this Sasuke had a fight against fucking these two or all these people, I do think his Amaterasu would be able to fuck them all up. Like, that's just me. And his Susanoo arrow as well. Like, she ain't dodging that shit. He could probably dodge it, but she ain't dodging that. He ain't fucking dodging that. He's not dodging that.
I feel like she would heal. Like Tsunade would heal.
Yeah, instead she would just take it and then try, and just try to heal from it. But, like, if he does like a Mataratsu on any of these guys, they're fucked. Obviously, I'm not talking about him, but so that's that. Pain, the 6 paths of Pains, I just realized this, would body the fuck out of these people.
Yeah, the 5 Kage.
They would even, I've even had this debate against Mono, and then and there was even there's a lot of people that also talked about this topic as well. I would even argue Pain can beat the 5 Kage as well. Deadass.
Yeah.
Keep going further on my list, and don't worry, that's taken care of.
Okay. But I'm just saying, yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, well, wait, you were arguing for Pain, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And Mono, like, when he was talking in the chat, he said that Pain would definitely be above 5 Kage, and I would assume that he would say otherwise.
Yeah, it's because he did agree that Pain would be able to beat them, but he was trying to argue against me and debate it because he was trying to wink his debate skills. That's why he was doing that. What's it called?
The only thing I know he's wanking is Tobirama, so...
Yeah. I like this, Tendo Pain.
That.
He's very powerful. Yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
But the only thing, there's one character you could argue for, though, and that'll be Kakashi. His Kamui could probably be able to fuck his ass up if he lands it. Cause,
he'd have to hit it, and I don't see him hitting it.
I don't know, bro. Like, if he does Kamui on him, and he starts getting hit by it, like...
Let me put it this way. If he can make the Nine Tails look away, launch the Kamui, he can make Kakashi look away for Kamui.
Well, I'm just saying, like, because remember, Pain has no idea about his Kamui, you know what I mean? So, like, well, actually, no, he actually probably would, because Datara fought him.
He'd be able to see the chakra building up in his eye and realize something was happening with the Sharingan. Since it's a big that he'd have to be looking in a direction.
That is true, but Kamui's not like a Mataratsu where it's like a projectile where it has to fucking travel.
No, but he has to be looking in that direction, and if he sees the build-up of chakra, he's going to be like, oh shit, the MS ability, I need to get him looking in another direction. One almighty push, and bam, it's wasted.
Yeah, you can do an almighty push, fuck with it. I'm just saying, like... I'm just saying, like, if he's able to catch him slipping, especially at the end of the moments where it happens multiple times in their fight as well, you know what I mean? Instead of him trying to either land a, Raikiri Kunai or Raikiri or a lightning clone or the lightning dog, like, if he just straight up just did a fucking Kamui at a certain moment, at a key moment, and it hits him, then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, does his Shinra Tensei negate Kamui or does it not? Which I think that's interesting. You know what I mean?
I don't think it would.
So.
It wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. Kamui is a space-time ninjutsu. It has nothing to do with chakra natures. Just nothing.
Yeah.
And you cannot fucking push that away. It's like a black hole.
It literally, yeah. Like.
What?
Okay. You said, look at like you can't put it that way. And then Ken's like, "Whoa, no, this," and then you're like, "Huh?" And then Ken's like, "Huh?"
Yeah, because I didn't hear him.
Oh shit. Yeah. So I don't know.
Mono said that Pain is above KCM Naruto as well. KCM 1. What do you think about that?
So it's interesting because if we're talking about like full power Pain, okay, like ready to go full power, then you could make arguments that yes, he could easily scale over actually KCM 1 Naruto. Reason why is because if you look at Nagato, yes, I know it's Nagato, but still, white hair, crippled, fucked up Nagato was able to body KCM 1 Naruto with a Shinra Tensei, okay? Then fucking Shinra Tensei Killer B goes into V2, he dodges his attacks twice, white hair, mind you, okay? And then Killer B does his lariat, which, that's the whole fucking speed of light thing, yada yada, blah blah, whatever, that Seth is on about, whatever. And then, goes right into Nagato, which you could probably argue Nagato could have dodged it, but instead he didn't because he wanted to get the chakra from him. And is able to utilize his hacks and jutsu activation, okay, before getting hit. And steals all his chakra, then gets red hair. He's not even at max power, okay? Like, we know he gets more stronger because he has red hair now. But he's still not even at max. And then he just starts shitting on Killer Bee and Naruto. You know? Like, and as an Edo. It's fucking crazy. So, like, if you talk about Pain at full power, you know what I mean, with all of them there, or even just Tendo, whatever, you could easily be able to argue that he would have plenty of chakra, stamina, you name it, and scale high enough to be able to fuck up KCM1 Naruto.